The Eastern Conference definitely got more competitive in the offseason, but I think we all know who the big dogs are in the East. But let's touch on some of these teams that most media members are not checking for. And I'm like, look, y'all sleeping on the Orlando Magic.
Oh,
Y'all
okay.
sleeping on the Amanda? Oh, are you sleeping on the Orlando Magic? We're talking about Franz Wagner coming clear off a World Cup championship.
I think so. I think so. I think I'm sleeping on them. Yeah, yeah. That's not to say they can't wake me up, but right now, I'll see. I'll see how the season progresses with them. But right now, I don't know.
Mm-mm,
But you on board though?
I'm on board. Coach Mosley finally got a young group of guys who are already bought into his system. I'm looking at Banchero, who's
Mm-hmm.
coming off a rookie of the year. We got Jet
Mm-hmm.
Howard, Cole Anthony, and their NBA dads, all their teaching. I mean, look, Franz Wagner was impressive to me in the World Cup. And having won the championship, first time ever for Germany, I think Franz is going to be on a mission this season. So, yeah, I'm checking for the Orlando Magic.
Okay, okay. Hey, you know what? It ain't nothing but a basketball game away. And if they could move up from the bottom of the East, good for them because they
Yeah.
need it for that franchise badly. You
Hmm.
know, speaking of another franchise is at the bottom, and I think we may hear more about them as the season progresses, will be the Washington Wizards. Slight sleeper team. I think that with Jordan Poole having a fresh new environment to work in, Kyle Kuzma, now they'll have Danilo Gallinari who'll be back. I just think that Tyus Jones is there now. It just seems like they'll have more fun playing together. Now, I'm not saying that they'll be top six, but I do believe that they'll give some teams some work and perhaps make it back to the play-in tournament. Since the last time the Wizards saw the play-in tournament, Bradley Beal was there, and it was in 2021. So I think it's just time. I think that the roster they'll be able to build that chemistry. It just seems like they'll have better chemistry. Bradley Beal and all of that is now gone. The Wizards will now be able to create what their new look looks like. And so I'm excited about that. And I think with the young guys playing together, Kyle Kuzma having some cool guys he can play with, we'll probably see more of his skill and athleticism on display. And I think they'll start to talk about the Wizards more because the Wizards organization need that. But I think that there's a little bit something that teams need to be watchful for when they're playing against the Washington Wizards. And I can see them in the playing tournament.
Okay,
So,
yeah, and that would be a step up for them because
yes,
bottom of the East year
yes,
after year.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. And
Uh-huh.
I think that looking at some other teams in the East, i.e., Raptors, i.e., Bulls, Hawks will probably make themselves a part of the play-in tournament, but there are some teams at the between 6 and 10, I believe, in the East that the door is wide open for the Washington Wizards, for the Orlando Magic to maybe stay the claim. I'm just saying some of these teams. I mean, you mentioned that they seem kind of competitive at the top of this discussion, but I'm saying, okay, well, really? Really? And I'm not talking about your Boston. I'm not talking about Milwaukee. I'm not even talking about the Sixers. I'm saying the other teams that barely made it to the play-in tournament last season. You look at their roster now, you mean to tell me that the Washington Wizards can't take their spot? The Orlando Magic can't seem to slip into 9 or 10 spot? Come on. Come on. That's what I'm talking about. So yeah, they're sleeping if these other teams thinking that they can just jump back into where they were before. And I don't think so. When the bottom of the East seems to have gotten a little bit better. So we'll see. And the
Okay,
Washington
all
Wizards
right.
is one of those teams for me.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. For me, it's the Brooklyn Nets. Oh,
Yeah, I got them too.
the Brooklyn
Yeah,
Nets. Oh
yeah.
my God. First of all, can we just acknowledge the fact that Ben Simmons is back to his old self?
I can acknowledge that. I can
Okay.
acknowledge that. I can acknowledge that, and I can say I've seen glimpses of it in the preseason, and I'm saying, oh, my question now will be, can he sustain it? Yeah. So,
Well, the thing is, he's healthy now. I think he's
mhm.
playing with a chip. They got him running the point because I think last season they kind of threw him in the paint a little bit. No, Ben Simmons is a 6'10", 240-pound point guard. Can we just go ahead and play him at his natural position? And then you know what? For the Nets, though, I love the addition of Lonnie Walker the fourth. I think the Lakers let go of another gem.
I
That's just
know.
what they
I
do.
see. Why
Yeah,
do they do that?
that's just what they do. You know, I mean, we can list them all. I mean, we've done it before on this channel. You
Yeah,
know,
we have.
Kuzma, the balls. You know, we can talk about
Oh my
Brandon
God,
Ingram.
Di, don't get me
Yeah, yeah,
started.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
don't even get me
Yeah,
started on
Josh
Di.
Hart. Like they let
Yeah,
young talent go, and you know, I really like the addition of Lonnie Walker the fourth. I think
yeah,
we're
I
gonna
agree.
see a full season of Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson. You
Cannot
know,
wait. I think the highlight for the Brooklyn Nets for me is Michael Bridges and what he'll do for that franchise. And
oh yeah,
that's why I believe Ben Simmons will probably have his next breakout season, back into NBA play because he's not working with the uh, un, the disruption of the superstars he was working with. That can be a
yeah,
disruption, right? I don't want to
yeah.
play. You got Kyrie and you got KD, and everybody else thinks it's cool. But if you're a player, like nah, and Harden with his antics, no, no. Now he's playing with a group of guys that are his peers. Let's just be honest. They probably got great chemistry at this point,
Oh
and
yeah,
Coach Jacques
Jacques.
Vaughn, like
Mhm.
what? I just think it'd be a better. The thing about it is that what excites me about the Nets for the 2024 season is that fact that they were able to hold on to a top 6 seed in the East after everybody left. Like they were still
Mhm.
able to do that. Now they didn't go deep in the playoffs, and that's fine. But that don't mean they can't try it again. And so I am excited about. I'm not a really big fan of Ben Simmons. I haven't been in the past because I don't think he's consistent enough, and he just doesn't want to play. But when I'm seeing in the preseason, I'm like, well, maybe he wants to really play with some guys he want to play with. And maybe now
Mhm.
the environment is more comfortable for him to now be able to showcase all the talent that he displayed when he started with the Sixers. So no, I'm excited about that. Yeah.
Yeah, and Jacques Vaughn, I mean, what a breath of fresh
Oh
air.
my God.
You know, coming in after Steve Nash, it was kind of like, oh man, they really laid it on him. But I think there's another piece that we haven't touched on, and that's Nick Claxton, who has gotten stronger in the offseason. I think he's going to be teetering with Defensive Player of the Year if we're not careful. And then Cam Thomas,
I
they're
know.
young. Oh man,
I'm
he said
telling
he is
you.
so comfortable under Jacques Vaughn. So we're going to see a breakout from Cam Thomas. The Brooklyn Nets, if y'all sleeping on the Brooklyn Nets,
Yeah.
watch this.
See, the thing about it, the Brooklyn Nets, they're six. What were they in the? Were they six for
Yeah,
2023?
yeah.
They were the 6th seed for 2023. Part of that 6th seed stance was the contribution of KD and Kyrie when he was playing, and James Harden in and out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Michael Bridges and the guys were able to sustain that. But in 2024, they'll have to be the one to earn it themselves. I
Yeah.
think it'd be a little bit. It would probably mean a little bit more to them for me, and the fact that now they have these new members on their team with Jacques Vaughn being able to start the season how he wants to start it. Like
Yes.
it's overall a better fit, better look for the Brooklyn Nets. And I think that the fan base should be excited about it. As a fan myself, I'm excited about it. And I can't wait to see what these young, athletic guys do when they pick up the pace on the floor. It's gonna be something to watch how the veterans are able to adjust to the pace that these young guns gonna be bringing. I can't wait to see.
I can't wait either.
I can't wait to see it. But the Brooklyn Nets most definitely is a sleeper team, and I think that some teams in the East better be watchful because I don't know. I can't say that they won't uh, sustain the top 6 seed. I believe they can still maintain that for 2024.
You know, there's another team in the North that I think might be a sleeper team, you know, similar to Franz Wagner. Dennis Schroeder's coming off a FIBA World Championship, playing with Siakam, you know,
OG, OG.
OG,
Nah.
Scotty Barnes. And you know what? I would really like to see Precious Achua get the starting spot over Jakob Poeltl. But I'm just saying, Toronto
Mm.
Raptors got their new coach over there. I think we need to watch out for the Raptors. I know you mentioned them earlier.
Yeah, and I'm not sold just yet. I'm not
Mm,
sold just yet. However, I am happy for Dennis Schroeder, and hopefully this particular season he will be able to obtain the bag that he kind of lost when he was with the Lakers a couple of years ago. So yeah, no, I'm here for it. It's funny. I was watching something on it must have been YouTube maybe, and Dennis Schroeder was coming out of a Raptors practice, and he had ice bags on his knees. I said, okay,
yeah,
he's ready.
yeah. I know. I saw him too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think that if nothing else, what Schroeder was able to experience in this summer was more confidence. And now he's on the team, and Siakam ain't nothing to play with. I do agree with, and I like OG. I liked them when they won the championship. So
Mm-hmm.
I do like OG. I don't know about them yet. Nick Nurse is no longer with them, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Again, I'm sleeping on them right now, but again, and they don't take nothing but a couple of games to wake me up. So we'll see. But right now, I think their spot can be taken by somebody.